Coach, thanks again for joining us. Appreciate your time. Homecoming week, it's a big week, a lot going on. We can talk a little bit about last week. What are your thoughts coming out of that game?
Well, I think if anybody saw it or watched it or whatever, you could say that the defense played some with some passion. They didn't do everything right by any means, but they did play hard and they kept believing the whole time. So that was good to see. I thought last week we had a pretty good week of practice. As far as just bringing the energy,
Mhm.
and uh, I thought pregame was good. The travel part of the day, I thought it went very smoothly for us. We had them come in the weight room, or I forget what time it was, 10:30, I believe, and do a rollout session. Try to get the blood flowing. We had a walkthrough, went and ate, got on the bus, and then got off, and they seemed like they got off the bus and
Yeah.
um, started the game. I took the ball. We took the ball because we wanted to attack. First series didn't go that well with the offense, and I think that set the tone in their mind for the rest of the game. Defense came and played, with some motion through most of the 60 minutes, and the offense did not. And the result is, again, not being able to find the end zone.
Right.
The one score that we did have was, we actually threw a pass, caught the pass, ran it down inside the 10 and fumbled.
Yeah.
So they had the ball, and we actually did a strip sack on them in the end zone and scored that touchdown.
Yeah.
So other than that, the end, we didn't get in the end zone, and what we're doing right now is really stressing out the defense and the special teams because, um, you know, because we're not being able to move the ball and score points. And so every little mistake, either the special teams or the defense makes, is just magnified so much right now.
Mhm.
So uh, you know, it just
Well,
we can't counterpunch.
right.
And again, I tried new stuff this week, at practice to do. I'm actually I'm going down to the offensive side of the field with coaching this week.
Mhm.
Doing some things like that. Just we got to practice better as an offense. And you watch some of our practice film, even last week. It's a little nonchalant, and that is not me, and that is not how we do things around here.
Yeah.
So we did some things this week. We had the first defense run scout team for them this week.
Nice. Nice.
So, we got to get some physicality.
Yeah.
We got to get some emotion and some passion, and so I think it went well this week so far with what we're doing. I think they're getting the message.
Hmm.
So hopefully it translates into us playing better on Saturday.
Well, as a lineman, when I played, it all starts up front, I believe, so much of it, and if that unit really needs to step up and
Yeah,
make some plays.
yeah, and they have the ability to do it. I
Hmm.
truly believe that, and there's glimpses of it. It's just again, um, you know, uh, I feel that they have the weight of the world on their shoulders instead of just going out and play the game. We play the game because it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't look very fun to them, and we got
Right.
to figure how to get the joy in the game. You
Yeah.
know,
And you got to play a little reckless. You got to play a little, you got to be aggressive and
if you sit around worrying about making mistakes, you're
yeah.
going to do two things. Number one, soft, and
Mhm.
number two, you're going to make
You're
mistakes.
still going to make the mistakes. Yeah. Right.
Correct. So you
Yeah.
might as well, if you're gonna go out there, just go crazy out there, just be physical, be confident, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
But at least you give yourself a chance on that.
Yeah. Well, coming up this week, I was looking at some numbers this week, and it kind of blew me away. I was looking at your four of your five losses. The opponents are 23-5.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I had no idea that, and all these teams. That's a pretty rough road to run through.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now this week, I think looking at Lock Haven, you guys seem a little evenly matched, at least
I
the way
think it's
things are
pretty
going.
evenly matched type of game. Lock Haven had a big win over Westchester last week, and Westchester was winning by, I believe, 3 touchdowns at one
Hmm.
time. All
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
Or 2 touchdowns at one time. And Lock Haven came back in the second half and won that game. So,
Hmm.
they're going to have confidence coming down here. They beat us the last 2 years. So, you know, they're going to come down with a chip on their shoulder. And the thing that we got to do is play with a chip on our shoulder. It's our homecoming. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's our stadium, and we got to protect it. And we got to play hard. We got to play with having fun on that field. Like play the game for the reason you play. You play for two reasons. Number one, you win, and number two, you have fun at going.
Yeah.
So um, hopefully that's what we're trying to get through to them this week. And I have not been easy on them this week.
Yeah.
Because again, we got to learn how to win, and we can't fold up like suitcases when times aren't going, when things aren't going well for us. So
Yeah.
we got to have some grit to us and be willing to grind stuff out, grind it out, you
Mhm.
know. Um,
Yeah.
so that's what we're working.
Well, I think that it's one of those guys. I remember when I played, we went into two houses on homecoming days and beat them. And there's nothing like worse than that. So, Lock Haven's going to come in looking to score.
No question, no
And
question. And they're gonna, yeah, they're coming here thinking we got this, we got this.
Mhm.
Well, we got to do our part, and
Yeah,
we got to score points, and we got to keep them out of the end. Hey,
yeah,
you win games doing that. So
yeah, definitely. Well, we got a good contingent coming up, it sounds like, from the alumni. I think I know just from guys I've heard, we've got about 30 guys coming up
right,
to be there. We'll be on the sidelines. We might be down in the end zone drinking a beer, but we'll be there.
maybe I'll come down with you. Yeah, well, yeah, I can't wait to see a bunch of guys, and the support is always appreciated so much, and I think when you guys show up, it gives our players a little bit extra, just when they see you and stuff. So that always helps, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be out there in line as you guys come on the field, and we'll try to get them jacked up for you
That's
guys.
good. That's good. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate the time as always, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
You had good luck.